Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukafi mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhika wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala sayyidina wa maulana Muhammadin abdika wa rasulika an-nabiyyil ummi al-habib al-mahbub al-a'li al-qadri al-'azim al-jah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ومن والاه. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا سيدي يا رحمة للعالمين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be praised as it is His right to be praised, who has given us the community of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam such unique days and unique months and unique individuals in this ummah due to our attachment to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The month of Muharram al-Haram, the first month of this year, 1446, since the migration of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam from Makkah al-Mukarramah to Madina al-Munawwarah, Allah Azza wa Jalla made this year a year of salvation for the ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Allah Azza wa Jalla grant us success in all of our matters and grant us true iman, true faith, and allow us to turn back to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala with sincerity, khalis li wajhi Allahi al-Kareem, purely for His sake subhanahu wa ta'ala. For such individuals who turned towards Allah Azza wa Jalla, in particular this month, in the month of Muharram al-Haram, they are commemorated and spoken about, and lessons are taken from their lives. The likes of our master, Sayyid al-Shuhada, Sibt al-Nabi, Sayyidina Imam al-Maqam, Imam Hussein ibn Ali, radiyallahu anhu wa arda. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be well pleased with him. And this individual, as we know, is someone who is beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For about him, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, Hussain minni wa ana min Hussain. Ahabba Allah man ahabba Hussainan. Allah loves those individuals who love Hussain, who love the grandson of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And this individual is not someone who is to be neglected or someone who is not spoken about often, not only in the month of Muharram al-Haram, but throughout our lives. Speak about Sayyidina Imam al-Maqam. We as Ahlus Sunnah Wal Jam'ah, we are the rightful group of salvation, and we are the ones who have a true claim to Sayyidina Hussain ibn Ali, and a true claim to the Shuhada of Karbala, and a true claim to the Sahaba of Rasulullah, and to the Khulafai Rashideen. And if you want to see a true manifestation of love for the Ahlul Bayt, you need to gaze towards the likes of our master, Amirul Mu'mineen, Sayyidina wa Maulana Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu. Look at the life of Sayyidina Umar and what were his dealings with Sayyidina Hussain, and you will begin to understand. Ay shay muhabba, muhabbat kya shay, muhabbat kya hai. Sayyidina Umar ko देखें, उन्होंने ऐसी मोहब्बत फरमाई इमाम अली मकाम से, इमाम हुसैन से, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि मोहब्बत असलन हकीकतन है क्या. Look at the example of our master Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu anhu. The narration which is found in various kutub of tarikh, of history. Imam Jalaluddin Suyuti speaks about it as well, where once Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu anhu was sitting between the pulpit of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the rawdah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That part of the ground which is known as what? Riyadul Jannah. Riyadul Jannah, the garden from the gardens of paradise. The true garden of paradise on the realms of this earth. Allah allowed us to visit there again and again and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again and again. Sayyidina Umar was sitting there, and with him he had a sack which was full of al-qamis, clothes, and he was distributing it amongst the fuqara of Madina al-Munawwarah, the poor descendants of Madina al-Munawwarah, the needy of Madina al-Munawwarah. And Imam Ali Maqam, Imam Hussain, and his brother Sayyid al-Hasan Shabbar and Shabbir, whose names in reality were chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah chose the names of these two Sibtul Nabi, these two grandsons of the Prophet Hussain. Their names were chosen by Khalid subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah chose their names. They were very young in age at that time. And they saw that when Sayyidina Amir al-Mu'mineen, Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab is distributing some qameez. And so they came towards Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu anhu. And Sayyidina Umar looked towards the two grandsons of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And he said, I feel haya, I feel haiba in giving these qameez to you. How can I give these qameez to you two? You two are the princes of the youth of paradise. About you the Prophet has said, Al-Hassan wal-Hussain, Sayyid al-Shababayn Ahlul Jannah. How can I give these qameez to you that have been distributed amongst the poor? And then Sayyidina Umar summoned companions of the Prophet to travel to Bilad al-Yaman, to travel to Yemen and choose the finest cloth and have qameez made, bring them back to Madina Munawwara, and he gave them as a gift to the grandsons of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. ये मोहब्बत नहीं है तो क्या है? ये मोहब्बत की अलामत नहीं है तो क्या है? कि सबसे बेहतरीन कमीज, सबसे बेहतरीन कपड़ा, सबसे बेहतरीन जगह से, सबसे बेहतरीन लोग बनाने वाले वही पहन सकते हैं जो रुए ज़मीन पर उस वक्त सबसे बेहतरीन हो. At that particular time on the face of the earth, in terms of the leaders of the youth of Jannah, they were the best, is it not? And on the day of judgment, it will manifest that the leaders of the youth of Jannah are Sayyidina Hassan and Sayyidina Hussein. And we know this from the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The hadith of Sayyidina Huzayfa ibn al-Yaman radiyallahu anhu, the very well-known tradition, where he took permission from his mother to pray salah behind the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Salatul Maghrib. And then his mother said to him, ask the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to seek my forgiveness and seek your forgiveness. Sayyidina Huzayfa radiyallahu anhu went to pray Salatul Maghrib behind the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. After salah, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam remained in that position. And when he remained in that position, he started to do rak'atayn, and then rak'atayn, and rak'atayn, do rakat ke baad phir do rakat, salat awabin jise hum kehte hain, after Salatul Maghrib. इस हद तक कि ईशा का वक्त दाखिल हुआ, the time of Isha. सरकार दो आलम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फिर ईशा की नमाज पढ़ाई. He led Salatul Isha. Thereafter, when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam starts to walk away, Sayyidina Huzayfa radiyallahu anhu starts to follow him. And as he heard, the Prophet heard him. The Prophet didn't turn his face. He just heard him. Man anta? Hal anta Huzayfa? कौन हो तुम? क्या तुम हुज़ैफा हो? चेहरा मुड़कर नहीं देखा, सिर्फ आवाज सुन ली, बता दिया कि ये हुज़ैफा है. सरकार दो आलम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने पीछे मुड़कर जब देखा, क्या कहा? या ग़फ़िरुल्लाहु लक व लि उम्मिक. अल्लाह ताला तेरी मग़फ़िरत फरमाए, तेरी माँ की भी मग़फ़िरत फरमाए. बताओ हुज़ैफा क्या कहा? बताओ हुज़ैफा क्या बात करनी है? सैयदना हुज़ैफा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु said, या रसूलल्लाह, मैं तो सलाम करने आया था और तुम्हारी मग़फ़िरत करने आया था. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam started to smile. मा सबब फ़रह या रसूलल्लाह, मुस्कुराने की वजह क्या है अल्लाह के रसूल? मुस्तफ़ा जान रहमत सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया, हुज़ैफा सुनो, इस वक्त एक फरिश्ता तशरीफ लेकर आया जो आज से पहले कभी नहीं आया, और अल्लाह ताला से वो दो पैगाम लेकर आया. He's come with two messages from Allah. पहला तो ये कि अल्लाह के रसूल आपको सलाम हो. दूसरा क्या? अल्लाह के रसूल, अल्लाह का हुक्म हुआ है, Al-Hassan wal-Hussein Sayyidul Shababayn Ahlul Jannah wal Fatima Sayyidatul Nisa'i Ahlul Jannah. ये अल्लाह के रसूल इमाम हसन और इमाम हुसैन जन्नत के नौजवानों के सरदार हैं. ये रब का फैसला है. सैयदा फातिमा तमाम जन्नती औरतों की सरदार हैं. अल-बतूल अल-ज़हरा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हा व सलामुल्लाहि अलैहा व अला अबीहा. देखो हुजूर का खुश होने का सबब तो ये मोहब्बत जो सैयदना उमर फरमाते थे, उन्हीं की नस्ल में पैदा हुए हैं हजरत सैयदना बाबा फरीद मसऊद गंजे शक्कर. Sayyidina Umar ki nasl mein paida hua. He was born in the lineage of Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab, Baba Farid. तो जिनका दादा ऐसी मोहब्बत फरमाए अहले बैत से, तो बाबा फरीद की मोहब्बत कैसी होगी अहले बैत से? सोचें. और बाबा फरीद रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु is that individual, in particular for the youngsters who are here, the English speakers, so we understand a rank and the station of Milad. So we understand the rank and station of Milad, friendship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the likes of Baba Farid. Baba Farid radiallahu anhu, who is resting in Pak Patan Sharif. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed me and you to visit that Tajdaar of Baba Farid, inshaAllah. And his ancestors had migrated from present-day Kabul, Afghanistan. And they had come into this part of the Asian subcontinent. And Baba Farid radiallahu anhu, during his lifetime, he had 2 wives and he had 8 children. And Baba Farid radiallahu anhu, he traveled the globe in search of seeking sacred knowledge. And Ganje Shakar, referring to sugar. What does it mean? Why is shakar? The narration is, and there's different narrations that are given, but the most well-known one is, it's due to his mother, Bibi Maryam. Her name was Maryam. Father's name Jalaluddin. And she's the one who encouraged him to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Farid Allah ki ibadat. His name was Mas'ud. The title Farid came later on. कुछ मुअर्रिखीन ने लिखा है, some historians have written, ये फरीद उस वक्त हुए जब इनकी मुलाकात सैयदना फरीदुद्दीन अत्तार से हुई थी, तो उन्होंने इनका लक़ब रखा था फरीद. कुछ मुअर्रिखीन ने लिखा है. And फरीद means what? मोती, a pearl. You understand? A pearl. और ये एक अनोखे मोती हैं विलायत की दुनिया में. He is a unique pearl in the world and the rank of the awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So his mother said to him, worship Allah. So being a young child, अक्सर बच्चों की फितरत होती है ना. उलमाए कराम यहाँ मौजूद हैं, असातिज़ा भी हैं, बच्चों को उन्होंने पूरी ज़िंदगी पढ़ाया है कुरान और सुन्नत. तो इनसे पूछें कि बच्चों को कभी कभी मदरसा में हम कहते हैं ना, पढ़ बैठे पढ़ अलीफ, तो क्यों बैठे वज़ू कर, क्यों, इसे क्या मिलेगा, है कि नहीं? होता है, सब असातिज़ा के साथ होता है. तो बच्चों की फितरत में है, हर चीज़ के मुताबिक पूछते हैं क्यों, इसके वजह क्या, इसका फ़ायदा क्या. मेरा छोटा है बार बार बैठ क्यों, बेटे सरता कर क्यों, बच्चों की फितरत में. So he asked his नारे तकबीर, नारे रिसालत, सना खाने मुस्तफ़ा, नारे तकबीर, नारे रिसालत. दुरूद शरीफ पढ़ लीजिए. अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि व सल्लिम व बारिक अला सय्यिदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मद अब्दिका व रसूलिका नबी अल हबीब अल महबूब अला अल क़द्र अल अज़ीम जा व अला आलिहि व सहबिहि व मन वाला. So when his mother said to him, worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Sayyidina Baba Farid, at that time being a young child, he questions why, what's the reason for this? So she said to him, shakkar milad, you receive sugar. So he started praying salah, and every time he would worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his mother would place a bit of sugar near the sajjada, the place of prayer, the place of prostration, what we call the musalli, sajjada. So she would place a bit of sugar. Then one day, it so happened that he was with his friends and they were playing in the jungle, and the time of salah entered. And then he thought to himself that I have not missed my salah, I cannot miss my salah today either. और वहाँ घर के अंदर माँ परेशान हुई. मदर became worried कि मैंने मसूद से तो कहा है कि नमाज पढ़ने से शक्कर बढ़ेगी, नमाज का वक्त दाखिल हो चुका है, और पता नहीं कहाँ नमाज पढ़ेगा, नहीं वहाँ पता नहीं शक्कर मिलेगी कि नहीं, और अगर नहीं मिलेगी तो फिर मैं क्या करूँगी. वो बोला सही. वहाँ जंगल में उनका नमाज पढ़ना था. He prayed salah with his friends, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turned that buqa, part of the earth, into a gunge of sugar. Because his mother had promised him something, And then she supplicates to Allah, Ya Allah, don't let the tongue of a mother become a lie towards her son. From this, what do we understand? Respected brethren, especially the youth, you look at the maqam of wilayah of Baba Farid, Khaja Qutbuddin Akhtiyar, his Shaykh, his Murid, Sayyidina Nizamuddin. You look at all of them, sabke piche, maa ki dua ka sahara hai. The supplication of a mother. The supplication of a mother. He became Ganje Shakar through the supplications of his mother. And as we have mentioned, he is a unique pearl, a farid, a pearl in the world of wilayah. One last point to contemplate upon. Wilayah is such an entity. The likes of Sayyid Habib Ahmad Mashur bin Taha Ahdad, the Qutb of East Africa, lies buried in Jannatul Ma'la in Makkah al-Mukarramah. He explains it as such. You have some awliya who they themselves know they are a wali of Allah, but others don't know they're a wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have other awliya who people gaze at them and they know that this person is a wali of Allah, but they themselves don't know they're a wali of Allah. And then the third category is what? The people don't know. The awam don't know. They themselves don't know, but Allah knows that this individual is my wali. Which is why the likes of Baba Farid and the likes of Faqir Muqaddam, the likes of Imam Shadili, they would always say what? Never utter any words towards another believer just in case they have a unique relationship with Allah. किसी का दिल मत दुखाओ. ये ज़बान जो है ना, especially the youth in this day and age, who tend to sit behind the keyboard and they let the fingers do the talking, you will be taken to account for. Be assured. If not in this world, in the hereafter. The Prophet has said explicitly, protect two entities, and Allah will protect your world and the hereafter. And they are that which lie between your cheeks and that which lie between your thighs. Protect them. Take care of them. ये एक अमानत है अल्लाह की तरफ से. अल्लाह ताला मुझे और आपको दीन की सही समझ अता फरमाए. ये मोहम्मद से वफा तुमने तो हम दे रहे हैं. ये जहाँ चीज़ है क्या लोह कलम भी दे रहे हैं. वमा अलैना इल्लल बलाग.